So my number six on my in my list of is it on my list now or in my list on my list of greatest Nigerian novels of all time is
Yeah.
I don't think you've heard about this book. I don't know why it's not popular in Nigeria, but it's one of the most critically acclaimed books by a Nigerian author. It's The Famished Road by Ben Okiri. I don't know. I know you've have you heard of that book?
Yes, yes, yes. I
Okay.
know Benny.
Ben Okiri, exactly. So
Yeah,
Ben
I know.
Okiri, was one of the people that made me start writing my first novel. Of course, it was is the book is unpublished. But I read that he published this book when he was 21. Is it 21 or 24? I can't remember. He was
Oh,
very young. You understand? He was very young. So I wanted to probably I wanted to match his success rate or something. So I started writing my own novel. But the thing about this book is that this is the first book by a Nigerian to win the Man Booker Prize, and he won it in 1991. So
I
I
don't think it's the first book. Smart.
is the first book actually. Is the first book.
Okay, 1991. Okay, no, this
1991,
one,
yes.
Things Fall Apart won it in 2007.
Things Fall Apart did not actually win it. What they gave him, I think he was a is it honorarium or
Okay,
something
Lifetime
like
Achievement
something like
Award.
that. He didn't he wasn't in a competitive category. It's more like
Oh, okay,
for
yeah.
your work in literature, take this award. You understand? That's what they did. The only
Okay.
Nigerian to win Man Booker Prize is Ben Okiri. The only Nigerian that has let me that has won it is I've forgotten this woman's name. I can't remember the woman's name, but she's not fully Nigerian. She's half Nigerian, half Briton. You understand? So that's the issue. So the only full Nigerian to win the Man Booker Prize is Ben Okiri for this book. So I started reading the book, and the book is very weird. You understand? It's a very weird book, Gilson. It's about this boy and his mother. His mother owns a shop. She sells food. But the book is there's this thin line between fantasy and fiction. You understand? Sometimes
Mm.
in his mother's shop, spirits come to the shop to buy things. And this boy knows that they are spirits. But the mother doesn't know that she's selling to spirits. So the spirits they
Oh,
interact with him, and sometimes they try to torment him because he can see them. But the mother doesn't get that these are spirits that are coming to her shop. So once he sees them coming, he runs off. It's a very weird book because you can't tell whether some things are real and or it's fiction or it's fantasy. What is really going on? You understand? And
mm,
why I didn't finish the book. I'm not going to lie. It's a very long book too, over 500 pages. I couldn't finish because
very.
there was there was no storyline per se. It's almost like the author was just writing and writing and writing. There's no storyline, there's no plot. That's what I felt. You understand? So I couldn't finish the book. You understand? But I put that number six on my list because of the fact that it's one of the most critically acclaimed Nigerian novels. Many people who read it said they liked it. I
Mm.
didn't like it, like I said. And it also is the first Nigerian novel to win the Man Booker Prize. So I was like, okay, I think this book deserves some form of recognition and respect. So that's why I put that number six on list of greatest Nigerian novels of all time. Thank you.
Okay, so the book I would mention, the sixth Nigerian book of all time is a book. Why I love this book. It's not meant to be my number six, but then I think I'll just let it be there. Is because the emotional depth in this book is crazy.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't know anybody in Nigerian, like someone in a Gen Z, a typical Gen Z that hasn't read this book. I wonder what you're doing, no, in Nigeria. You've not read this book.
What
So
book
this
is
book was
this?
published in 2003, and it was like
Oh.
Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's debut novel,
Oh.
Purple
Okay.
Hibiscus.
So that's number
You
six for
know,
you.
that's number six.
Uh,
You know, the book received this widespread critical acclaim. It
oh
was,
my
I think at the
god.
time, it was the most talked about book.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Every secondary
It
school
was
had
the
it in
most,
their curriculum.
every secondary school.
Yes,
I don't even
yes.
know if Chimamanda knows that
I'm sure she knows
secondary
now.
schools had
I'm sure she
her
knows.
book
I'm
in
sure
their
she knows.
curriculum,
I'm sure she
because
knows.
oh god, this book, and it brought the Nigerianness in. Like, you could feel the Nigerianness if you read Purple Hibiscus and felt bored,
Hmm.
man. Probably you don't. I don't know. Maybe you're not in this
Okay,
because it
actually,
was just like Chimamanda was. You were gisting with someone you're
yeah,
very. It wasn't like a book.
yeah.
It wasn't like a book to me. It felt like I was gisting with
And
someone,
and
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 like,
okay,
you
okay. Sorry, I can hear you.
sorry, when this girl, what's that her name, Kambili,
Yeah,
her father,
yeah.
the very abusive father, then he was a religious extremist, and I'm sure many Nigerians, especially those of us in the East, you
We
could
can relate.
relate.
Yes, yes.
We can relate,
We've gone
especially
to Enugu
maybe
too.
your parents were once Catholics, and then they now
Yeah,
decided to become Pentecostals, and
yeah.
it's so here it was evident because the grandfather was a traditional worshiper, and
Mm,
her father was deep in Catholicism, and she didn't want the children when they go to the village. No, I don't want to spoil the book. So, but
mm,
then this book is the emotional depth. I loved. Like I said, I think I don't know if I read this book for the second time, but this book it's worth reading. Honestly,
mm.
anybody, if you feel you don't like books, or you don't read like that, please read Popular Hibiscus. I'm sure you would like it. So, and then major awards and honors. So, Commonwealth Writers Prize now
Yeah,
for best
yeah. Best
first book
first.
in
Yes,
2005.
yes,
You
yes.
won it.
It was
So
also
God,
long listed for the
this.
man book herself.
So this one, it won Hutton's Wright Legacy Award in 2004.
Mm.
Yes, awarded in the debut category, fiction
Chimamanda came with
category.
fire. Oh. She came with fire. Oh. She wasn't playing.
Then longlisted for the Booker Prize in 2004, the
Yes,
Man Booker
yes, yes,
Prize.
yes, yes, yes,
Then
yes.
shortlisted for the Orange Prize for Fiction
Orange Prize
in
for fiction. Yes,
2004.
yes, yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, yes.
So then, okay, I'm going to say he launched Chimamanda's, now
Career.
literary career,
Mm.
uh-huh. Then global discussions, man. Like I told you, it was one of the most talked about book at the time.
Yes.
Then I've not seen an African that's had this type of like welcoming in the literary space. Chiman,
Wait. There's somebody
I
else.
don't.
It's not a Nigerian, but there's somebody else. Okay, but it might not
That's
be
what I'm
as
saying now. Okay,
okay. Continue.
okay. Let me just say Nigerian. I wouldn't use
Yes,
Africa,
yes, yes, yes.
but man, in fact, I would say Africa because I don't think that person is known as much as we know
Okay, the person
Chimamanda.
is not that one is short. The person is not as popular as Chimamanda.
So I
Yes.
would I would say because this book brought an enlightenment that we didn't. I was like, wow.
Mm,
Eh?
mm.
And then we would read most books we're reading, aside Chino Achebe and the likes of these books. Most of them were not relatable, and they were so voluminous. So you'd be like,
Yeah,
I beg, I cannot read. But
yeah.
Purple Hibiscus was so subtle. It
I
was
I I
welcoming
credit I
anybody.
credit Chimamanda with bringing back enjoyable books to Nigerians.
Exactly.
Mm,
Then enjoyable books and fantasy books were about Americans, how you see
yeah,
snow, how
yeah.
you do, and we were not used to. For crying out loud, I've not even touched snow. Yeah, So I'll just
Oh my god.
fantasize in my head and leave it. But
Mm.
now Chimamanda brought something we're used to,
She brought
and
it
based
home.
on my kind, our family, we always travel to the village during the Christmas holiday.
Mm,
We
mm.
would visit, you would see grandfather, grandmother, cousins. It was really relatable. Then you could go to your cousin's house. Maybe your parents traveled. Please, oh, my child will be staying here for a while. So when this thing Kambili went to Auntie Beatrice's house,
Mm.
I could relate even when she now started having this thing, having that her relationship with Father Amadi.
Wait. Do you think that relationship he had with Father Madi, do you think is pedophilic?
In the normal sense, it is.
And it initially she was, I think she was the one falling for Father Madi. You understand?
Yes, she
At some
was.
point,
She was the one that brought the whole
exactly.
attention
At some point, he started falling
to
back for
herself.
her, driving her around in his car. You understand? They will not be having some weird discussions. In my mind, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this. You understand? But what I love about the book is that Chimamanda depicted what really happens in those spaces because it's still happening.
Yes.
Number five, this is a book that I have told everybody that I know to read. I made you read the book. I made Chimobi read the book. I made Ada read the book. I made somebody else. There are two other people that I've made to read this book. I can't remember their names right now. And it's one of my favorite books of all time. It's probably my top 20. You understand? And the title is
Americana.
No, no. Okay, you have two more guesses. Try. You have two more guesses. I made you read this book. When you were in 300 level, I was in 500 level. I made you read this book. I really hammered.
I
I made
can't remember.
Stay with me.
Okay, I don't want to say. Just continue. Say what you want to say.
Stay with me is a book I started reading by mistake. And how did I stumble on Stay with me? It had just been shortlisted for the Women Prize for Fiction in 2017 or 18. I can't remember the particular year right now. And I was like, wow, who is this Nigerian woman that made this shortlist? Let me go and read her book. So I found the book and I started reading. And the first chapter, Gilson, I was like, haha, this is a book for the ages. And this book gripped me. Oh my God. Oh my God. This book gripped me from beginning to the end. I couldn't drop this book down. I couldn't. To the point when there was a time that for a whole week or so, the author Ayobami Adebayo was my screensaver. I had that
Yeah.
for a very long time. Oh Jesus, I was like mad.
No, I don't want to
This
say anything because it's in my list, so I
when it gets
just
to
don't
that
want to
point,
say
you just
much.
hold yourself, hold yourself. Stay with me. And funny enough, the thing with Stay with me is that at that point there was a song I loved, and the title of that song was Stay with Me too. Do you understand?
Oh,
So I was enjoying the book Stay With Me and I was enjoying the song Stay With Me. In fact, up to now, when I think about the book, I think about the song Stay with me, because tonight you better stay with me, something like that. And this book, Gilson, anybody who has read Stay With Me knows. Anybody who has read Stay With Me knows. Jesus. I recently found out that she came out with her next book in 2021. Something the spell of I can't remember, but I have to go. I kept it in my to be read list. I just wrote it down somewhere. But this book is one for the ages. I don't want to go I don't want to go too deep. So why did I place on my list? I placed on my list because of
like
on number five, sorry. I placed on number five because of how iconic it is. It's just a very good book. One. Two, every Nigerian I know that reads books loves this book. Then also on Book Talk, I have seen foreign book lovers talk about the impact of this book. You understand? So that's my number five. So what's your number five?
so. My number five happens to be Half of a Yellow Sun. Yeah, by
Oh,
Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie,
that was low.
2006.
That's low.
So
Why?
yes, so
Okay.
why I read this book in 2018 during my internship,
Okay.
and at the time I had not gotten any placement, so I
Okay.
was reading. I was just trying to um, while away my time and get busy.
Yeah.
So one, okay, let me. I'm just going to give you a side story about this book. So Chimamanda said when she was doing her masters at Yale,
Mm,
African. So one of the semesters, they said they were going to read some books, some African books.
mm.
So she was like expectant, and
I know what you want to say.
the lecturer, the lecturer just brought her book,
Yes, a lot of
and
the
you
books
could,
we read.
hey, that's a proud moment.
Oh my God, very proud moments.
If I was the
Very
one, I'll
proud.
just smile.
Very proud.
I'll just smile. I'll
Jesus.
be like, hmm.
Hmm. My book being
I'll
read.
be very dramatic about it.
What do you
So
want to do?
one of the reasons why I chose in yes, Half of a Yellow Sun was a very beautiful book. I'll
Mm,
not even lie. It was very, very beautiful, and it
mm,
had to do with the Nigerian Civil War. That's like, for people that don't know about the Nigeria, it's like the Nigerian Biafran War. I think 1967 to the 90. It was 3 years.
Yeah.
The Yes, and it's so this novel was a New York Times bestseller,
Yeah.
and it gained like widespread Then then it was like okay, he won the Orange Prize for Fiction in 2007.
Yeah.
Then he was shortlisted for the prominent, National Book Critics Circles Award.
Yeah.
Like, he was a finalist
Yeah.
in 2006. The book was very beautiful, and my best character in the book is, in case you've not read the book, it's Ugu.
Are you
You would
serious?
understand why. Yes,
Ugu is your favorite
you would
character
understand.
in Half of
Yes,
Yellowstone?
he was my favorite character in
Are you
that book.
serious? My favorite character
Yes,
is
I
who is this? Who is that girl that went missing again? What's that name again? The character that went missing.
Kainene.
That's my favorite character.
Kainene. Yeah,
My
yeah. I
favorite
think
character.
Kainene is yeah, but I liked Ugu. That guy is so funny.
Do you know anytime I think about Ugu, guess the first thing I think about?
Yes, the joy.
Jesus. My God. Chimamanda is very weird. Chimamanda is very weird. I never pegged Chimamanda as the type to write too well about masturbation. I never thought about it like that. Chimamanda is very. Just same thing with Dream Count. Why would you have a character that wants to study pornography, Chimamanda? Why?
Do you
Why are you
know
doing
I
that?
said I was going to Google that? Omelog was studying pornography.
Why? I've not gotten Omelogos part though, but I've been trying to understand why is Omelogos so interested in pornography. I don't understand. You understand? And I sometimes I imagine the research my mother had to do to write
Smart,
that part. Did she watch pornography?
smart. Sometimes I want to actually, in as much as I want health, this health that, I want something in health that has really been like researched about.
Okay, in what sense?
Like the way someone can just wake up and study pornography.
Hmm. Hmm.
It might seem as if it doesn't make sense, but it does make
It
sense. A
does.
whole
It
lot of
does.
ways.
But
Yes.
the crazy thing is that you can't try some things in Nigeria, Gilson. You can't study pornography in Nigeria. It's not going to gel.
That's what I'm saying. My own is not pornography. I just want something that is in relation
That's
to,
the thing.
that will
You
just
can't be in Nigeria and do all those things. You have to study something relevant in Nigeria. Let's be frank with ourselves. Do you understand? Except if you're in a more developed country, you can literally study anything and it will go well. You understand? Now,
yeah.
Omelogo, when she finished with her pornography studies, she could work. She could work as a, I don't know what they do. I don't know what people that studied porn do. I don't know. But I want to just
As a
imagine
counselor, she could work as a
she could work as a
counselor.
therapist for pornographers. She could
Yes,
work
exactly.
as a marketer. She could work as, I don't know what it is, but their job is Nigeria. Do we have porn stars in Nigeria? No, Gilson.
Yes, we do.
We
We
don't,
do.
Gilson. Calm
We
down.
do.
I know we do, but it's not. You're not a star yet. You're just known in the underground world. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
not going.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not Maya
They're
Khalifa.
not stars.
You're
Yeah.
not Johnny Sims. Johnny Sims, or what's his name?
They're not stars.
Yeah, exactly. Do you understand? And the taboo is still going to be on you till you die. Over there, you can live your
Mm,
life, and
yeah,
of course, taboo is there, but there's a way you can navigate it. So, um,
yeah.
my number four, we've already
We're getting to the tough
yes.
ones.
So my number four, we've already trashed it. It's one that we've talked about, but I'll still tell you why I put that number four for me. It's Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Of course, it was the book that introduced us to what would become arguably the greatest Nigerian writer of all time, in my opinion.
Of all time, yeah.
There's somebody might argue with me and say no, it's not Chimamanda. Nah, in my opinion, at this point, I feel like Chimamanda is the greatest Nigerian writer of all time. Respect to our fathers in the
Yeah,
Lord, good for them. I'm happy for what
exactly.
they did. But in my opinion, Chimamanda is the greatest Nigerian writer of
Of
all
all
time.
time. Maybe probably before the next one comes.
Exactly. For now,
That guy
what?
is going to do good, Maxima to do good.
Oh, you see, please. You just made me moan. Use it. Let me hold your hand and let's be realistic together, please. But that's by the way, show. So, um, a book that introduced us to Chimamanda. I think that book is coupled with the fact that she wrote this book at 24 or 25. I
Yeah.
can't remember. And I remember what she went through to get an editor for this book, an agent, and all of those things. She went through a lot, you understand? And also the accolades that this book got. We've talked about all of those things. Won awards, sold copies, helped her break through into the mainstream, and all of those things. So based on all of these, I put Purple Hibiscus on my number 4 on my list of greatest Nigerian novels of all time. So what's your number 4?
Okay, my number 4, I just started reading it.
Yeah.
I've not gone far.
Don't tell me what I'm
But
thinking
then
of.
I've not gone far.
Okay, I can hear you.
So it's not what you're thinking,
Okay,
please.
okay.
Probably it's because of it. I've not even gone so far.
It's too
So
early.
I am not. I I have never been a fan of superheroes.
Oh, I know where you're going to.
Yeah, but but I don't know why.
Oh my God.
Probably because these superheroes are like us.
Okay, okay.
And so it's I'm sure you know the book is Children of Blood and Bone. It
Oh.
was published in 2018 by Tony Adeyemi, and
Yeah.
so the book is, oh Jesus.
No, no,
So
no, no.
number one is, I'm going to I any day I ever get to meet Tommy, I'm going to actually thank her for those beautiful names.
Hmm.
Do you do you know
I haven't read the book
Orisha?
though.
I think that, in fact, okay, one thing that motivates me about books is like the title. You know me, I love titles a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Children of Blood and Bone.
Hmm.
Wow.
It sounds like a Bible verse.
How? You know,
Oh
Children
my
of Blood
God.
and Bone. I was like, wow.
Nah, actually,
Then,
it is one of the great Nigerian novels. I'm not going to lie. That's very true. One of the great Nigerian
so I
novels.
was like, and this book based on the story, it explored like racial oppression,
Mm,
violence, identity, and honestly, we could compare. Critics would compare it, like when I was googling about the book. Critics would compare it to Harry
Harry
Potter and
Potter.
the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's, oh God, Tommy's
It's
mind is
epic.
beautiful.
Mm,
Sure.
I like that. I
How?
like that
And
description. I like that description.
yes, yes. And the book, it's actually going to be adapted to a movie by
Mm,
2026, and I can't wait.
they, should,
And
they better
my
do a
favorite
good job.
actors of all time, Damson is there,
Idris Elba.
Viola Davis, Idris
Mm,
Elba. What's this girl's name now? Tusum Bedu.
mm.
Ah, Regina King.
Chiwetel
Just
Ejiofor
name
is there
them.
now, she?
Chinwetel,
Hmm.
in fact, just having these three persons, I love so much. I
Mm,
love them so much.
yeah.
Just having Damson Idris number one, Viola Davis number two, and then Tutsimbedu, it's okay for me.
Mm.
I love this. I love these three people so much. Then add my guy. What's that guy's name? God, why will I forget? Tosin Cole. Yes, Tosin Cole.
Oh,
He's in the movie.
okay.
Tosin
Okay.
Cole, that guy that acted Supercell.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He's in the movie too.
Yes, he
Oh,
is. That
that's
guy got
insane.
packed. This one is stars, star
Almost Ezigbo
studded.
star
And then
studded.
Tommy,
The premiere day is going to be mad, oh. Jesus.
hey,
And they're going to,
it's going to
they will
be
come to
crazy.
Nigeria. Oh my God, it's going to be mad. Oh,
They
because
will.
Jesus.
Tommy's mom has already started bragging on IG. I
Do
follow
you
Tommy
know?
on
Do you know
IG.
if they do a good job, this movie could be as big as Sinners. Oh.
Yes,
Could be as big as Sinners. Oh my God, Gilson. It's now I'm
Matt.
envisioning what could come out of this.
Then
Come
we
out
now
of
have
this.
Ira Star. We have RMD.
Hmm. Hmm.
Forget it. Forget it.
Okay, we're in for something, oh,
Forget it.
Gilson. We are in for something.
We're in. Do you
Ah.
know? I've never seen any book that has this much stars.
Now I have to go and read this book before the movie comes out. I have to try and read this book before the movie comes
Better
out.
start though.
Oh,
When
you're reading already?
And for crying out loud, she's not only children of blood and bones. She also children of something and water. Children of
Yeah,
this, children
yeah.
of that.
There are 3 books in the
So
series.
Yes, so but I think Children of Blood and Bone, it's the first, and then it's, I think, the one people love the most. And I
And
mean,
it's your number
from
four.
for the fact that she's a Harvard graduate, one of her classmates, it's this thing is writing, is acting in the movie. She herself, she's also part of the actors.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
you
okay.
know, it's going to be
No, you.
crazy. And she was the one that adapted it to a movie.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
they didn't call someone else. She was the one herself
Yeah.
that did the scripts for the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
I think we're
Oh,
ready.
Tommy, we are not ready.
No,
Smart,
I
do
mean
you know
she's
that kind of
ready.
star stud? Regina King,
Hmm.
Viola Davis. The only thing they did, if they had added this guy, Daniel Gene, what's it called?
Who is that?
What's that guy's name?
Etim.
No,
Daniel Rega.
what's this popular Hollywood guy now? Hollywood.
Daniel what?
Uh, is he Daniel?
Who are you talking about?
Hey, Jesus Christ. It's not Daniel. Something Washington. Is it Washington?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
Yeah,
Yes,
Chineke.
Denzel.
Since I said that's giving you
If they
please.
if they had added him, they should just forget about
No,
him.
now
But then their star,
there is how you toss stars into a movie. It won't make any sense again. You
yeah, he
understand?
won't, he won't, he won't.
This one
And
they are doing is
no,
okay.
I based on the plot summary I read, Denzel would not be
Fitting.
so, he won't fit in that this thing. But I know this is based on Woman King. Viola
Mm.
Davis will fit in. Then the main character is Tutsu and Damson.
Mm. Okay.
Yes.
No problem. Let's
So
go further.
this is my number four,
Number
and
four.
the based on the like reputation and global recognition, number one, New York uh,
Bestseller.
Times bestseller. You know,
Mm.
so the book is worth it. I love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It's normally I love books about that are very melancholic.
Mm.
But this one is something I'm enjoying, and I think
Even with the
I'll
adventure.
I'll I'll go far. Yeah.
Okay.